Steve, welcome back.
Oh, pleasure. Glad to see you back again.
Absolutely. So this is a Friday at 4 special edition, end of year.
So actually, what I think we're going to call this is we're going to subtitle this session the F word. We forgot it's not Friday at 4, but it is 4 somewhere.
4 o'clock somewhere, right?
So we are somewhat in the same ballpark. So okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got this in before the end of the year.
Hmm.
And, yeah, we didn't make it on Friday at 4. We had a lot of things going on and you couldn't make it. And, yeah, it is what it is. But we're
Yeah.
here and we're going to get this out of the way. So, what do you think we should discuss this afternoon?
So I was thinking about something that's been, not that I can do anything about it, but it's something that I've been thinking about, and I'm really annoyed. Sorry for for quite. But again, as we always say, this whole session is two guys talking real, the way it is, our views, our opinions. We're not tainted by a corporate sponsor. So this is just us, um,
Yeah, unscripted to say the least.
unscripted. Thank you. It is unscripted.
Yeah.
Um, So one of the things that I've been just bothered by and annoyed by for a long time is this thing called inflation.
Mm,
Now we all know that goods and services and everything just keep going up.
yeah.
And who knows how far it's going to go.
Yeah.
So, for example, my daughter went out a couple of weeks ago, found a dozen eggs for 2.99. All of a sudden,
Impressive.
all of a sudden, the next week they're 5.99. And I don't understand why.
Make it make sense, right? I was just talking about gas prices earlier. Right down the street from each other, one is 289 and the other one's 315. Right down the street. Make it make sense.
You can't make sense.
Yeah.
The only thing I can attribute that to, certainly on the gas side, is greed.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
There is, and I don't know who said this, but I know some famous person did. So for the record, this is not me saying this, okay? Um, but there's a thing out there called let the buyer beware. And I know there's a more to that, but basically that's what it comes down to. So if you know as a buyer of gas that you can spend 315 or go down the block and spend 289, you should go down the block and spend 289.
Yeah.
Because if the gas station that's 315 doesn't get as much business, they have no choice but to lower the price.
Yeah.
And there was where I used to work up until August, actually up until March, was um, there was a get literally across the street, two gas stations. The price of one regular was like 279. The price of regular on the other one was 499. I kid you not, 499. And of course, the 279 was always packed.
Of
The
course.
499 never did any business. And we all wondered why until we started to think maybe something's going on that may not be legal. We don't know. I'm not asking those questions because I don't want to be involved in it. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the station was now 249
Hmm.
because the station was sold or they got shut down, take your pick, and
Yeah.
somebody new came in and wanted to attract customers. So he was undercutting the 279. But if you think about it, at 249, you're still making money.
Yeah.
That means at 279, you're already being ripped off. Not
Right.
as bad as the 315, like you said, or so. So it's a
Yeah.
matter of what will the public buy. Um, but if you also noticed, and I've kind of been watching this a little bit, whenever the price of something gets too low, there's a panic. The price of eggs was 2.99. All of a sudden, there's a bird flu in California. The price goes from 2.99 to 5.99. And then 3 months later, they clear it up and it's back to 299. So
Yeah.
it's who's getting paid, who wants to make more money at the expense of the average consumer who's already hurting anyway. And it just
Yeah.
bothers me. The other thing that really bothers me is the Fed comes out. I don't remember, it's every month, every quarter, I forget. They come out with the something, the inflation adjusted index or some thing.
Yeah.
That's my technical term, is the thing.
Good thing.
And and the government continues to use the government's preferred inflation index. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Right. Give me some detail on what is
So
that? Yeah.
is it because it gives them the best number that inflation is not going up? Is it that they're creating their own index, which is artificially low? Because if you look at the price of homes, for example, homes will continue to go up
Yeah.
5%, 10% a year. If homes are such a huge part of this economy, how is it only going up 1%, 1.5%, 2%? I don't get it.
Yeah. I got an
Don't
interesting one for you. The other day, I got an email from the Maryland Department of Taxation about property taxes. And
Okay.
then I saw the attachment, opened it up. Property taxes have rose in Maryland 24%. Yeah.
We would love, and I don't have the skill set to do this, but I would love somebody, really independent company to go in and look at the numbers. Where's the money going?
Yeah.
Where's it going? I don't
Mhm.
know.
I agree.
I don't know.
It's crazy. When I saw that, I read that, I was like, well, I'm glad I don't own a home right now. 24% increase in your property tax. Whoa.
I, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I would like, an independent audit of all states, all, and the government too, but let's start with the
Yeah.
states. How many people are on the payroll?
Mhm.
How many people really need to be on the payroll?
Right.
How many people are in no-show jobs? I'm in New York. New
How
York's
many
paying
how
a
many people are
billion.
on payroll that aren't even really people? They're just paying ghosts, right?
So a couple of years ago, and this is public knowledge, a couple of years ago, the mayor of New York City, his wife, was given $1 billion for some fund or organization that she runs. Whatever she was given the money for, it was never done.
Wow.
So the question then became, what'd you do with the $1 billion?
Right.
And the answer was, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
And she got
Yeah.
away with it.
Yeah.
Really? $1 billion?
And you
And you
don't
go, I
remember?
don't remember. So how many people got that money? Where is it in some Swiss bank account or some other country's bank account waiting for you to retire and go over? Where's the money? The accountability for all that money, which
Yeah.
could be used to lower property taxes, lower gas prices, lower
Yeah.
food. Where's it going?
Yep.
And I just, maybe because of my financial background, I'm more skeptical than some other people might be.
Yeah.
But there's got to be some accountability. The people in this country are hurting big time. Yes, you have your high end 1%, 5% of people. I get it. Okay. But what about the other 95%?
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah. And that's one thing that we talk about, day in and day out is that we're not alone. We're all in the same position, fighting the same battle with inflation that
Yeah,
their dollar just doesn't stretch far
yeah,
anymore. I
it
talked
is.
to somebody yesterday that one little small bag was $68 at the grocery store. I looked at it and I said, well, what did you get? Did you buy a steak with diamonds in it? I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
But he said, no, there's some ground beef in there. There's some steaks, but $68. And it was a very small bag. Yeah.
You're forcing people. to live on less.
Hmm.
And that's not right. We
And I
all
think that's
work
what they want,
hard.
right? The government wants, you
Yeah,
know?
we work
Yeah.
hard. Okay, kids, they're in school, whatever else, it's fine. But as a working adult, you work hard to pay the rent, to for all car expenses or travel, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
food, clothes. You work hard to give the family, yourself and the family, what they you think they deserve, and that standard of what you want and expect is slowly coming down.
Yeah.
And I mean, the example I've used many times before is this whole thing with credit cards.
Yeah.
So people aren't making enough to live. And I'm not talking extravagant, I'm talking basics. So if you can't make it check to check, you start to put things on credit cards. Now, if you're doing that and you can't live normally, how to pay off the credit card? So you pay off minimum payment. I just charged something a couple of weeks ago. It was a $600 item that I needed. And it was right before the credit card statement was cut. So a few days later, they cut the statement and I get the email notice. Um, you have a balance and minimum payment $20. So I paid $20. I'm going to pay more in interest than the $20 I just paid.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was talking to a guy right before this call. If I don't know where he is, somewhere Midwest. He told me he just got a credit card from Macy's. Want to take a guess at the interest rate? It
I'd say probably 40%.
was 37%.
See, I was close.
You're, why?
Yep.
Why? Because the people in this country as a whole are not standing up to the credit card companies.
They're allowing it to happen. Yep.
They're allowing it to
Absolutely.
happen. So
Yep.
part of it is, and I know it's easy for me to say and hard to do, but people need to stop charging. If you really, really don't have to, stop charging. Start paying off the balances. Stop paying so much interest to the credit card companies. That's
Yep.
when I charge that $600, they don't want my $600. They want the $20 every month for the rest of my life until I pay it off. That's what they want.
Absolutely. That's what they want.
They don't care
Yep.
about the 600. They don't.
Yep. Yep.
So when they agree to cut a deal to ease your payments, they're pretty much going to do that after you've paid more than, in my case, more than that $600 in interest. So they've made their
Yep.
money back. Now maybe they'll cut the 600 in half, or maybe they'll cut the interest payments. But
Yeah.
they've already made their interest and they're still not done.
And that's what people don't realize. When you charge someone a credit card like that, they're getting that money right up front. They don't care about your 600.
Correct.
You pay that payment, they're taking their interest right out of that, right in the beginning of every payment.
Sure they
They're
do.
getting their money. Your
Yep.
600 could turn into 700.
Yeah.
If the interest rates keep going up on the card, the amount's going to go up on the card. It's just
It
how it
will.
is.
It
Yeah.
will.
Yep.
The credit card companies, and I get it. They're in business to make money. I get that. That's what business is about. But at some point, is it making money or is it oppression? And I hate to use that word, but it is. You're forcing people down for your profit.
Your
And
profit.
it's
Yeah.
not even the credit card company, it's the people up top and it's the shareholders.
Yep.
And you're entitled to a profit. I get it. But again, at what point is acceptable? At what point is not?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. When you're taking 40%, man, that's a lot of money. It's a lot,
that's a
and
lot of money. And
yeah,
that's why I'm so into showing people, and I hate to bring my business into this, but that's why part of what I do is I show people how to get out of debt, how to pay
yep,
those cards off.
yeah. Yeah, I think what you do is brilliant, because, having this conversation about inflation and how the American population is struggling, just knowing that what you do makes a difference and can help people, It's amazing, and it's okay that you talk about it because it ties right into what we're talking about.
It does.
You can help people with inflation. If inflation keeps going, well, let me show you how to manage that debt so you're not struggling. One of the things that bothered me was hearing about rent. I don't know how it's working in New York, but or
Mm.
across the country, but in Maryland, you have to make three times your rent, or they won't give you an apartment. Three times. So if your apartment is $2,000, you have to make $6,000 a month, or they will deny you that apartment. No lie.
Wow.
So what's the American people to do, right? It's amazing. Yeah,
Again, I understand that they want to make sure they get paid. I get that piece, but you're forcing people out. Where do you go if you can't pay the rent?
yeah. You go to the street.
Where do you go?
Yeah,
I
yep,
don't know what the answer is. I mean, I don't want this session to be a downer, but I'm just trying to wake people up to say, do something. You don't
yeah,
have to accept what is.
yeah. Yeah, 1000%. I think that's, a whole another side to it is, you know, I guess you can bring voting into it. We keep voting these same people in. If it starts at the state level, your
Yeah,
county level and your state level.
right.
And if you're not voting the proper people in
Hmm.
your local counties and your local state
Right.
politicians, then you are the problem because
Hmm.
you have to
Yes,
fight that, you
yes.
know? Yeah, it's
Agreed.
tough. Yeah, it's tough. Yep. Another thing I thought about too, for not just recently, as in a couple of months, for the past couple of years, and I'd say even after COVID, I started noticing products getting cheaper, and the
Really?
cardboard boxes are thinner, right?
Hmm. Okay.
The product inside of those containers
Hmm.
is less.
Yes.
I noticed my shaving cream, the
Hmm.
container's smaller, and the shaving cream itself is like it's a whole different product. The
Yeah.
same company,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work like it used to.
Hmm.
Soap, bars of soap, the boxes that come in are cheaper, less
Yep.
product. The soap
Yep.
doesn't lather like it used to.
Right.
Shampoo, I just bought new shampoo. I bought the same shampoo I bought for the past 10 years. And recently, this latest one I bought, it's not the same product. It's the same company.
Hmm.
It's the same on the label,
Yep.
but that product is not the same. Something is happening with our products.
They're changing in order not to raise the price. They're changing the packaging. They're
Mhm.
changing quantity inside the package. They're
Yeah,
changing the it may be the same ingredients, but the mix is different because they're taking out some of the more expensive ingredients. So it's not the same consistency. It could be shaving cream, could be anything. It's not the same. And that's the way
yeah,
I always said, don't skimp on quality, don't skimp on quantity, raise the price.
yeah,
Because now, if I'm counting on a box of spaghetti to make dinner for my family, and now it's not enough because they lowered the amount of spaghetti in that box, now my
right.
family's not fed.
Yep.
Now I have to buy a second box.
And that's what I'm talking about. They're giving you less, raising the price,
Hmm.
and I noticed with the shaving cream, the reason I pulled that out is because I noticed it doesn't lather like it used to.
Right.
It's really loose in my hand, like water now, like it
Mm.
has more water in it. So when I
Yeah.
put it on my face, there's
Yeah.
no like lather. It just
Right.
runs down my face. I'm like, this
Right.
is the same shaving cream I bought for years.
Yeah.
Why does it look like this?
That's
The
why.
soap, right? Yeah, the soap that I buy, right? It doesn't lather like it used to, and it don't last as long anymore.
Right.
Water hits it dissolves it within a day. It's something's going on.
It's
They're
done by
changing these
design.
products.
Yeah. It's done
Yeah,
by design. They're
yeah.
trying to save money. So instead of going along and saying, oh, company X just raised their price,
Mhm.
people are not going to scream as much if the price stays the same,
Yeah,
if everything inside the box goes down.
yeah,
But it's the same net effect. Now you
yeah.
need
That's true.
more of to get the same end result, if you can even get the same end result.
Yeah. And I agree. I don't think you can.
no.
We're using products faster.
Hmm.
So now you're buying it more frequently.
Right.
Paper towels is another one, right? The
Mm.
roll of paper towels got smaller,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Or they say, oh, you buy in bulk packages and you're getting more. Nah, those same six rolls
Mm.
in that
Yeah.
pack are,
Yeah.
don't look the same as it did 4 years
No,
ago,
they don't. They don't. There's less
Yeah.
on roll. Sometimes
Hmm.
the double, I guess like tissue, like toilet paper, it double ply, I
Ply, three
guess is single
ply. Yeah.
ply.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
you're not getting the same thing. You're not.
Yeah. And to get back to what you said earlier, I don't, like you said, you don't want this to turn into a depressing interview. We don't want to, talk like, oh my God, it's like the end of the world kind of stuff. But we want to make you aware
Mm.
that we know this is happening. We know this is happening. You, the audience,
Right.
you have to see it as well as we do.
Mhm.
And what's the answer? How do we fix this, right? What do we do?
I don't know how to fix it. The
Yeah,
only thing, so there was a gas station not far from me, and the guy just really, really raised the prices. And people around informally talked, and people boycotted the station.
yeah,
And they had zero business. He had no choice but to bring it back down. But if not enough people will do that to a company or a product, then that company that's making it is going to say, okay, they're not doing anything about it. I'm going to raise just like the Macy's credit card at 37%.
exactly. Right.
Enough people will not pay their bills that they will make their money.
Yeah,
I have my own, and I've said this before, my own personal thing. I refuse to pay interest on a credit card.
yeah,
I don't care what card it is. When I charge something, I pay the bill in full.
yeah,
If I don't have enough money to pay the bill, I don't charge and I wait on whatever it is, unless it's a true emergency, and
yeah,
it's got to be a real emergency. I will not charge. I need to know I pay it off the next month
yeah.
when the bill comes in.
Yeah, I got in a little position with that with a couple of credit cards just to par maintenance. You
Yeah.
know, you you got to do what you got to do at certain times. And I have a couple of credit cards that have some
Mhm.
balances on them, and I pay the minimum payment all I can because right now I
Yeah.
can't do anything about it.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's 99% of America right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
yeah,
And
but
what's the
that,
answer? Right? We talked about it earlier. What's the answer? Because as I tell people, nothing goes backwards. They're not going to say, okay, well, we'll just lower groceries by 25%. So your eggs will now go back to $1.99. That's never going to happen.
no, no, it won't.
Never.
It won't.
It's not like gas. They're not going to lower the
Yeah.
gas prices,
Yeah.
like they do food. That's not going to happen with food with gas price. No. Once
So
food's hot, it's up. It's up. It ain't changing.
yeah, yeah. There's
Sorry about
there's
your luck, is what they
really,
tell you.
I mean, to me, there's two ways, and again, this is my view of the world. There's two ways to fight this. One is becoming more selective in what you buy,
Mhm.
if you can. You don't have to buy name brand stuff, buy off brand stuff. The Dollar Tree store is my favorite store.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only get so much in there, but I
Yeah.
buy stuff in the Dollar Tree store. I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing is need to make more income. And there are so many ways to make income,
Yeah.
but that means you got to get up and do something. Don't
Yep.
just scream that it's not fair. It's not going to get you
Yeah.
anywhere. Frankly, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Get up and do something.
Get
We have
up, show up, and
plenty.
make the money. Yeah.
Show up, do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It may not be what you want, it may not be what you like, but do something.
Yeah. And that's why
And
I'm looking forward to 2025 because I'm ready.
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm geared up. I'm ready.
mhm.
I've got my game plan set and I'm ready.
Yeah, good. And I know you'll
Yeah.
do it. I know you've
Yeah.
shared it with me, and I know you'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will.
I'm, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow is the day.
Yeah, tomorrow's the first.
Yep. Tomorrow's the
Last time I
first.
checked. Yeah. So for those watching this, today is December 31st, 2024, just in case you're interested.
Yeah, right. It is not Friday
And
at
it's
four
not a
o'clock.
Friday. There you go. It's not a Friday.
Hey,
Or,
look, man, it's 4 o'clock somewhere. Let me talk about,
yeah,
right? We might
but
not
we
be on
forgot.
there Friday here at 4 o'clock, but we're getting in, and we
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
happen. And
yep,
I'm just glad that you're able to come back on and get a
yeah,
session with me. And I
yeah.
think this is another, excellent conversation where hopefully when people listen, it wakes them up a little bit.
Yeah,
They really pay attention to what we talk about and really put their thinking cap on and say, well, what Chuck and Steve talk about is kind of important. What can I do to make a difference? How can I make a difference with inflation?
yeah,
How do I make more money?
absolutely.
Right? They can share their thoughts and their ideas in the comments, in this video of, what are their thoughts and ideas of the fix for inflation, right? If there is one,
If there is one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But even outside the inflation piece which is this topic, if anybody has any comments, thoughts, things they want us to just talk about, and again, unscripted, if you want us to talk about anything, let us know.
Yeah.
We're more than happy to discuss within reason, as long as it's legal, pretty much anything. Just a little
I love your
disclaimer.
disclaimers.
Well,
Every
I don't
every
want to be in
episode you
jail.
have a
Yeah, I don't
disclaimer.
want to go to jail. Okay, little
I love
disclaimer.
it.
But
Right.
as long as it's legal, we'll talk about pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So let us know if you have anything you want us to talk about.
Yeah. Absolutely. Steve, thanks again, man. This has been a great
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Again, we
Again.
always,
Yep.
we always, when we're not scripted, we're just flying with these things, and
Yep.
every episode gets better and better. I love our
Yeah.
conversation, and to those, watching, share. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, comment, share your thoughts with us. Share this podcast, and let's
Yeah.
let's get some conversation going.
Yeah. We want to give you what you want. So let
Yeah,
us know.
absolutely. And,
All right.
if whoever's listening, they got ideas on their future podcast, what you want us to talk about,
Yep.
drop a comment. Let us know. Tell us what you want to
Mhm.
hear, what we want to discuss, and come on in and join us. They can join with us
Right.
and
Yeah.
join the conversation.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, I think I had somebody joining us on Friday. I talked to someone around Tuesday or Wednesday last week, and I know we had some difficulties with making this happen on Friday on all ends, and I
Mm.
don't know if they were following. We're supposed to be live with this on
Mm.
Friday. It didn't happen live on TikTok
Okay.
and live on Instagram, but we'll get
Okay.
back on track. Once the new year
Yeah.
gets rolling and we get these
Yeah.
things rolling. I mean, emergencies happen. Things happen,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the beauty of us being real and unscripted.
Right.
We do what we can when we can.
Right. Right.
So absolutely,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Listen, have a great new year
You too,
and
sir.
amazing 2025 for everybody.
Yeah, amazing 25. It's going to be good. Going to be
Yep.
good. I
It
got a
will be.
feeling. I'm ready for it. I really am.
Me too.
You know, I've
Me
been
too.
gearing up for this. I'm excited. I'm pumped, and I'm gonna do it.
Good. Good.
Steve,
You
enjoy the
will.
rest of the evening, and we'll
You
talk
too.
soon, buddy.
You got it.
Take care.
Thanks, Charles. Take care.
Bye. You
Bye.
too, buddy.